Hustle hard, man, I'm here all night. I'm Hyde Park, thinking how the fuck I missed my flight. I could've been in LA, rubbing on some action cities, but I guess the trap wanted me to stay and count hundreds. 50 blocks stretch, my team will flex on anybody. Double up is my army, I'm starting to feel like Gotti, it's me. I got Tupac running through my body. Nas bumping in my tweeters, I'm in that state of mind. Ducking Jakes and my pops, knowing the disappointment in them would kill me alone, only if I got caught. Speaking of catching, my line shaking. Gotta catch this next one. You talking verses? Well, I got the best ones. Better go and check them. And did I mention I'm charging extra? These lines are poodle. I'm dropping gems. I like these rappers. Man, the lines are coolo. Back to this paper, waiting on my neighbors. They just moved away, but come back to see me, cause I got them flavors. Hold up.
Hi, and welcome to another section of Jeff the Master Barber. In this tutorial, we're gonna show you how I do my classic haircut, especially for this gentleman right here. He got that real good hair. He comes every 2 weeks to get his haircut. We using right now the magic clip, level close, and now we put the 116 and we open the level, and right away we're gonna make the next. We don't want to make like a level, but it still is gonna make like I'm doing like another level. At times the camera is gonna be blurry because it's at times it focuses on the mirror, the reflection on the mirror. So I apologize in advance. It was something that I was not really. I didn't see it. I couldn't see it, so I just saw it now. But right now we jump into the 1/8. We're still using the magic clip, the cordless magic clip. Great clipper, like I always said. I stand by it. And so yeah, right here I see, as I was saying earlier, if it looks blurry, it's because it's focusing on the image and the background on the mirror. But yeah, we're using the 1/8 right now, and we close the level. So right now we're just passing it right in that area. You see the little area, the little line or shadow, whatever you want to call it. So you keep it there, and then you open the level, and then you go that part right there. And when you go higher, just like, you don't want to go like in, you want to out. And then to be safe, I'm gonna go now with guard number 2, and we're gonna pass it in that area. And notice my stroke is, I just stroke real quick to see how much I need to grab, and then I noticed that I could close the level, so then I did. So it's number 2, level close, and I'm passing it once again. I'm passing it right there, and right in that area right there, as you can see. And another thing, my English is not the best. I do most of the time I do tutorials in Spanish. I speak Spanish most of the time, so my English is not the best. So I'm trying my best. I know there's few still people that follow me that still say that my English is okay to keep doing it for them. So I'm gonna keep doing this for you guys that ask me. Yeah. So right now we're back to the guard 116 level, still semi-open. We're gonna pass it right there where I pointed, and you see the line. Well, it's blurry, but eventually it's not gonna do no more. After this, it's just a few first minutes I didn't notice until I put a different angle. So yeah, back to the haircut subject. See, now it's the 116. I close the level, and we're gonna go right on top of the line. Notice I'm not going up, I'm just right in that line. There we go. Now you can see it. So yeah, I'm staying right there, and I'm passing it. And then if I go up, I open the level and I use the corner. That's what I was just saying right there. I'm using the glove just to protect me, because especially with his hair, sometimes the hair is so sharp and pointy that it gets stuck in my skin between my fingers. So I wear the glove for that reason. Always use the brush as you passing it. You know, just maintain. Also another thing, see, it's just focusing on the mirror. Now it's focusing over here. Yeah, just maintain. If you work longer hours, my number one tip is always cut. You know, make sure you got a straight posture. You know, make sure you straight, not bend, because then it's gonna hurt your back and eventually wanna. Right now, Right now we're not using no guard, and we were with the lever open, and the lever, see, now I open it completely. See, that's what I'm saying. We're gonna use the corner, and because I see some shadows, some little spot there, and we're gonna use the corner. The reason why I do that is I don't want to use the whole blade for just the little pointy shadows that I see. I'm back again to 1/8 using the corner, and the reason behind that is because I see some shadow right there. So, you know, real nice and safe, I'm gonna just pass it right there and take that part right there. You know what I mean? And it does. Eventually we're gonna use the scissors over comb to even get it more blend in, but you know what I mean, every little thing that you could do with the clipper, do it. A lot of people ask me why I only use magic clip, or this clipper in particular. It's just pure simple, comfortable, reliable, sharp, it doesn't get hot, and it's just overall a great clipper. Definitely a great clipper. The guard, we go back to the 1/8. We're gonna pass it in that area right there. You see what I'm saying? And I notice the blend in is coming. You know what I mean? It's just, it's not, people think that it's easy, but in reality, it's not that it's not easy and it's not hard. It's just, it takes practice. It doesn't happen one day to like that, and the next day and you a barber. Nah, it takes time. From this, it's still, the camera is still focusing in the mirror instead of the haircut, but I think after a few more minutes, when we go to the other side, it's not gonna happen no more. I apologize in advance, but like I say, if I would have edited that blurry, I would have skipped pretty much what I'm trying to explain. But in the meanwhile, right now I'm using, it's still the magic clip, but this one, the blade is with the Bolden. I switched the blade. I'm not gonna go bold, use the electric shaving on him because he don't like it that tight. And in this side, I'm gonna do it completely different than what I did in the other side. Remember, the other side I did it there, and then I went up, and then I finished in the bottom. Now this one, I'm gonna start in the bottom, clean the bottom. Once again, it is a magic clip, but the blade is Bolden. Is the Bolden, from the Bolden. What is the Bolden? What do you mean by Bolden? What do you mean that's not the magic? The actually body, the motor and the body is magic clip, but then the blade, I modified it. I put from wall. It's called the Bolden. It's just strictly to do that right there at the bottom, just to clean, to make it nice and bold. That's why they call it the Bolden. And yeah, you know what I mean. I'm just using this technique, and I'm gonna show you that still it could be it's gonna come out the same way as the other side, as long as you know your levels. So right now we are jumping to the 116. Why you call it the 116? Well, some people call it in different places the 116, and in the back of the guard it says it's 116. So you know, that's how I call it. Whatever you call it, that's the guard that you gotta. If you are a barber and you already know your stuff, that's how you call it. But for the person that don't know, what is it called, the guard, I'm trying to let them know how I call it. That one is the 1/8 or the regular one, and we're gonna right away, we're not trying to make another level. We're just gonna kind of like scrape it, you know what I mean? And eventually it's just gonna make, you know, like a big shadow right there. I open the level, and right away we're gonna take that shadow right away. You know what I mean? I don't play with the lines, I don't play with the shadow. You know, that's how you save time. I open it completely there, and I go exactly right there where you see that shadow that it was forming right when we were scraping that, and then we close the level, and we're gonna pass it in that area where I'm passing it. If I'm passing it right there, that's where I'm meant to pass it. And notice, see, like I said, we're gonna open the level, and we're gonna pass it in that area right there. You see, we're not trying to make another level, we just blend it. Now I completely open it. You know, it was semi-closed, but not too close. The trick most of the time is in the level too. You know what I mean? Everything is valid, from changing the guards, from the level, from using a brush, and always brush it when you cut it, when you fade it. Everything in conjunction works, and it really does. Right now we close the level and we passing it in that area right there. Yeah, it's just, you see the blending is coming little by little. It takes time, you know what I mean. Right now the guard, the number one, we already use, like I said, the Bolden, then we use the 116, then the 1, and then we probably be using the 2. See, right now we're using the 2, and we close level, and we're gonna pass it in that area right there, because I noticed this, as you could tell, you noticed too, there's the hair, you know, dark hair right there, the shadow, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, you know what I mean. I'm sure every barber got their own little ways to do things, how to do things. I'm never claiming that I'm the best, and I'm not claiming that my way is the only way in order to be a great barber. But you know, my way that I do it has been working for me. I've been, you know what I mean. I always study other barbers too, and then I put it to practice, and most of the time, if it works, I maintain it, and I try to, you know, mimic it and put it in my videos. So hopefully you will give it a try, and if it works for you, and that's exactly, you know what I mean, do it forward. Make sure that it keep going forward, and put that. But yeah, everybody have their own style, and if you know, that's why you feel comfortable doing it the way that you've been doing it. All right, you know, I never claim that my way is the only way, never. And never claim that I'm the best, but I'm trying to always do my best. That's the difference. I'm not a role model, but I'm a real model. You know what I mean? Like, I try to be real. I'm not trying to force anything on you. You know what I mean? But I try to help. That's all I'm trying to do. Right now, we jump into the magic clip with the blade. It was all the way completely open when I started passing it, then I started closing it, then I went in right now with the 116. We're gonna pass it right there in that area, and I think the level is semi-open. And notice the flow, the hair. If the machine is turning to that way like that, that's because the hair is going down that way like that. You understand what I'm saying? So right there, and notice I'm using the corners once again. The corner is just very important, because you grab only what you need. You know what I mean? It's like safe. You only take a little bit at a time, and just pass it in those shadows, those little spots. You see, if I'm not using that one corner, I use the other corner. Now we're going back. What we did in the back, we're gonna do on the other side, which is the less than half, but not completely half. Then I open the level completely. That's completely half. And yeah, I make sure that it's completely half, and I keep passing it in that area. Notice the fade is coming right away. It just, once again, the fade could come out really quick. See, I closed the level again because I see some shadow. From the angle that I was watching it to the angle that is here is completely two different things. But see, right here, I'm back to using the guard, the 116. I think is level. The level is semi-closed, and notice I'm using the corner again. But yeah, it is on a fade like this. Even though it's going pretty quick, pretty smooth, whatnot. It takes time. It definitely is still. It's the haircut. It definitely it's not like a taper or some other haircut, but it really takes time. Now I'm gonna show you the way that I cut hair, top and side. There's the comb, the scissors over comb, and then the styling at top. Right now we just wetting the hair, right? Get it really saturated, get it really nice, and pretty much corner the way how we wanted to the hair sit. And then the front is gonna be a little longer than the side and the top. But right now we're gonna start with the oyster scissors, and we're gonna use the technique scissors over comb. Notice that the comb have bigger teeth, and the reason why is that is for volume. That is acting like a 1/8 and maybe like 1.5. So when the bulkiness there, the only way that I'm gonna be getting it with the scissors to kind of really get it is like that. This is the other method. I call it the stylus. Notice how I hold the combs with the thumbs. Notice how I scrape. See, I'm gonna make a guideline like that, and another guideline, and I keep going like that. So right now, see, I'm gonna show you. So where I stop, it was around there. Notice, you see, with the comb, I brush it, and then with the two fingers, I kind of clamp the hair, and then I see which hair is longer than the other hair. You see what I'm saying? And then with my thumb, I hold and rest the comb there. The front always, it should be longer. In this case, he likes the front a little longer than everything else. So always make sure follow orders what the client says. So yeah, like I was saying, notice, to me this is, I know other people do it the other way around, and like I said, it's fine that way too, but for me, I feel more comfortable with this method because I know exactly how I'm grabbing it. You see what I'm saying? Like, look, I could see, and the scissors are a perfect measurement to me. So even if I try to cut myself, I can, because it just finishes exactly with the length of my hand. Right now we're using Pump It Up, and it's called the Super Hole Pump It Up. It frees the hair in place. So especially if you want them all, or kind of want the hair to stay in a certain style, this is the product right here. It not only works good, but it smells good, and you're gonna see how good it works. Normally what I like to do is I use the blow dryer, and especially with the combs, I start like passing it like that. Make sure you keep the blow dryer going with the flow of the comb. Don't leave it in one place and the air too close to the scalp, because then you can burn his scalp. So right here we're trying to make the natural comb line where we're gonna be doing the line, so the comb over line. So right now I'm trying to get it separate really good, and we're gonna make sure that the small teeth is gonna separate a lot better that area right there where I'm gonna be doing the line. And notice how the natural line, I'm gonna finish it with he got a collet right there. We're gonna finish exactly right there, and then right where the collet is, usually the hair in that area stand up. So since I didn't cut it too short in the back, I left it a little longer. There's not gonna be so much hair standing in 1, 2. I put the spray, plus I'm adding the heat with the blow dryer, so the hair is gonna dry up pretty quick. And right now we're just going from side to the side to the side to the side, keep going like that, you know what I mean? And then the front, we're gonna lift it up, and we're gonna connect to the side. There's many different ways that people do it, but this is the way that I do it. Jeffrey, how come you blow dryer looks like that? It seems like it has tapes, and it looks like it has a lot of, like, it's dirty. It's not dirty, it's the Pump It Up. And when you working, even my gloves, when you working with gel, we Pump It Up, hair products and stuff, it gets in you and your hand and your products and whatnot. This is the trimmer, the GTX, that I modified the other day, like 2-3 days ago. I made a video how I did it when I calibrated and modified it, and this is how it is cutting. They're really hidden, you know what I mean? The GTX has been always one of my favorite ones, because of the engine, very powerful, and it feels heavy, but I like the heaviness because I feel like I got a good machine in my hand. Not only that, the blade, the teeth on the blade on that machine they go really in. So when you do a box out, or you know, especially like this, to do a box out, it really hit really nice. And as you could tell, when I modified it and I cut that part, I have 2 GTXs. So I did sacrifice one of the GTX, and I did this. The reason people ask me why they ask me, some of the new barbers have come, they ask me why you do that, or why barbers do that. The reason behind it is, like in this situation right now when I'm doing the line, normally if it has if they would have a normal, you would have to lift up more the clipper, or they would not go in. For the another thing is to keep the trimmer cool, and whenever you need to adjust the blade, you'll be able to adjust it right there, and then you got the access of the screw that is right there. Another thing is that you could go around the ears and in the front of the forehead a lot better without the body touching the forehead or the corners, and it will let you also see more exactly where the blade is actually cutting. And that's why I did that to the GTX. It's actually good for drawing. Like right now, you could even see it clearly, how it's working and how I'm doing it. The only thing that I could say is it's not mandatory that you have to do that, but you know what I mean. If you want to do it, try it. This is Bump Pro. I love this cream. It's medicated. It's the medicated formula. It definitely smells like winter fresh. It smells something really good. Not only works, it smells really good, but when you put it acts like you know the black mask that everybody's putting. Well, it kind of tight when it dries. It makes the skin feel really tight, like it got a protection skin. So then when you put a brand new blade and the shaving gel is all dried up, you could see that it makes a really nice sharp experience. And for the client, especially me, when I get shaved and they use this cream on me, I feel like they're passing like an ice cube in my face. Normally you couldn't do this before, like, you know what I mean, dry. A lot of people shave dry, and clients get irritated. But in this occasion here, like, look, right now I could have used the GTX to do this, to clean, but I'd rather do it by eye. You could do it by eyes, because it's just like I said before in my videos. To me, the blade is like having a pencil really sharp. You know what I mean? You're gonna be able to draw it or write right, because it's so sharp. People said, oh, my GTX or my trimmer is so sharp, I don't even have to pass the blade. Still, the most sharper I think than GTX or any trimmer is the blade. So that's why we use the blade. Right here, notice how it have long hairs, but yet with my left hand I have the combs, and then I press the exactly where I'm gonna be putting and using the blade. I put the thumb right there to stretch the skin. You see what I'm saying? And I keep shaving right there, passing it right there. First I shave from up to bottom, and then I go the other angle, and then I go from bottom to top. Like I said, now I'm going from bottom to top. You see what I'm saying? And then the mustache, I go like that. The razor is Black Widow, and yes, like I said, usually the black gloves and everything, because I work with, you know, like I said, chemicals like the spray, pump it up and everything and whatnot. It may look in a certain way. The combs also, if it looks like it got some glue, is the pump it up also. When it dries up, it looks like that. But yes, I made a video on how to sanitize and clean and put the proper barbicide, how to, you know, put the proper liquid in it. And I did it in Spanish version, but eventually, if you guys interested on how to do on the steps on how to do it, you want me to do it in English, leave a comment in the bottom, and I would be more than glad. If I see a lot of people that ask me, they want to know, I'd be more than glad to show you. But sometimes it's like Lil Wayne says, and in case if people wonder who's Lil Wayne, he's a rapper and he said the phrase, "I could show you better than I could explain it." So what I mean by that, even if you see my videos, even that I said it in Spanish, you can put the volume down completely and just look at the video, and you will know pretty much exactly what I'm trying to do. So to explain something, most of the time you don't even have to explain it. If you doing it, you know exactly what I'm trying to say. So yeah, right now the reason why I got laid down the client down, I'm a short dude. I'm 5'5", so obviously I have to be able to reach him and clean those parts. Plus, you know, he is comfortable for me and comfortable for him. And if you think about it, the chair, why does the barber chair recline? It's for a purpose. You know what I mean? It's not just, if you go from back in the history, in order to have a nice shave, you gotta be reclined. You know what I mean? Now, there's other barbers that don't like to recline people. That's up to them. But me, I like to keep my client, to give them a comfortable experience. Notice how still haven't put no water or nothing, and yet that cream and notice there's no redness. Notice that it's still coming really nice and sharp. That's what I like about that cream. That cream is, I'm telling you, people here in Lawrence, in Massachusetts, Methuen, and that in this area where I'm from, they really like that cream. I mean, they notice, and my clients, all of them, they're like, man, that cream, I never felt any cream that does that or feels so good. But yeah, it doesn't irritate. It really protects the skin. And then when I'm trying to make the lineup more sharper, definitely you will see that white dust that is actually the cream all dried up. People's gonna say, oh, but yeah, why don't you take that dust? That doesn't look good. Eventually, when I have them all up ready and whatnot, then I use the aftershave and I take it up. But for the minute, I don't take it, because I use it as a guideline, just to know that I already got that part taken care and that it's sharp. You know what I mean? It's like it's drawing. I like it when it gets into this stage, when it's all dried up. I like it when it gets there. And specifically, people would have been, nah, but I put water. Listen, this cream, I gotta try this cream before you understand what I'm saying. This cream will protect the skin completely. It does. I even tried it with the person that has the most sensitive skin. And I have tried it, and it just, they blew their mind. You know, they can comprehend how protective and it works so good. This cream, it's medicated too. It says that it's medicated right in the bottle. I'm just not saying that just to say it. The razor right now. Another tips that I give you an advice is always make sure to have a nice sharp lines and everything. If you see that the blade is not cutting no more, don't wait until you see that the guy is bleeding. You know what I mean? Nah, don't do that. Just make sure you want the client to have the most comfortable experience when it comes to get his haircut with you. You know what I mean? When he's sitting down in your chair, treat him with respect. Be sharp. Be there. Let me tell you something. I could be the best cutting hair and all that, but if I'm not there, and I'm not sharp there, and he keep coming to see me, but I'm not there, he's not gonna take me serious. And guess what's he's gonna go probably one that uncut as good as me, but he's there, and guess what? That's what matters. Most of the time, 75% is be there, and the other 25 is talent. You know what I mean? Hard work always beats talent. I always say it. You know what I mean? Just show up. Make sure you there. Make sure you do what other barbers don't do. Right now we're gonna fade a little bit the beard. You know what I mean? We started with the half, now with the 1 and 1/8. Now we open the level. As we keep going lower, it's gonna go bigger, the guard. But now we're going tighter. I want to make it more tighter there, and then I open the level right there, and then we go lower. Now where we stand right there, that area is gonna be a 2 right? We're gonna go 2, and then we're gonna go with the flow of the hair. Now we closed a little bit because I want to make sure the garden machine grab the hair. Then I close a little bit, and I go really nice and gentle and make sure that then I close the level, and then I take that area right there. You see, it's kind of like a fading technique, but yeah, right here I grab a little bit more. There's some hairs that later on I'm gonna show you another way that I do it. See, I always try to figure out what the mind and what the eye tell you. Just try to look, you know what I mean, try to find a way. Don't give up, you know what I mean. Just if it tells you, okay, if it's not grabbing it that way, go the other way, you know what I mean. And at the first time it's not gonna look good, but if you keep working, and if you don't give up, and if you keep messing around with it, it's gonna come out right, you know what I mean. And look right here, and don't let it keep working, you know what I mean. Now I'm going with the 1/8 again, and we're gonna lower a little bit the mustache, those hair there. You don't want to leave them too long, and make sure you clean them nice and gentle. Always, you could pass it later a couple of times, and you can always cut later. That's what I'm saying, you know what I mean. Don't cut a lot, because then if you cut a lot, then you cannot put it back. This is the technique that I was saying. This is with no guard, and you're gonna go kind of like, I call it like groom it out, kind of like sharper, acting like a trimmer. Then I go back again, and I got a brand new blade, and I'm gonna make it more even details, and I'm gonna make it even sharper. You know what I mean? Look at how it's coming. Now notice my left hand always holding the thumb, always the comb, and the thumb always behind the blade. See, and it's stretching. Now we'll see the eyebrows right here. Oh Jeff, I wouldn't done the eyebrows so skinny. That's what he asked me. It's not what I want to do. One rule, everything that you see on that guide is what he asked me to do. What are you doing right now, Jeff? I'm using the Andy Slimline Pro Light, cleaning his ear. They got long hair, so that's what I was doing. So yeah, even the line right there, how he wanted, that's what he wants. It's not what I want. And what I do in the client and in the video, in the first, before I start anything, even if he's been with me for 20 years, the first thing that I do is, okay, how we're gonna cut your hair today, sir? Okay, you like it like this, like that, okay, and you want it the beard like this, and then I give him suggestion. Okay, I think you should do like a little fader there or whatever. And if he says yes, then but always follow instruction, you know what I mean. Follow orders, especially, people ask me, do you got celebrities that get a haircut with you? And I tell them, no, I haven't had no celebrity, but my only celebrities are my clients. Those are my celebrity. I treat them like celebrity. I don't treat anybody more different than anybody. We're all human beings, and we all trying to make it. We all trying to look good. We all trying to be the best that we can be, and we all trying to look the best that we can be. So just always treat everybody how you want them to treat you. This is the haircut before the haircut. I mean, this is a haircut. This is before the haircut, and I don't mind me messing it up, saying, "Oh, I'm real." Like I said, I'm not a role model. I'm a real model. I'm not trying to be all Mr. Perfect, whatever. I'm trying. Eventually, I will get there, but in the meanwhile, just because I didn't say the right words or whatever, or my accent, or I do in a certain way, that doesn't mean that I have to let me stop. And because if I do by doing it real professional and with the right words, it's not, I may lose the what I'm trying to say. So yeah, still, this is before the haircut. So I just speak how I want to speak it, and say how I want to say it, and I do it the way that I want to do it. This is after. Look, the before and after. To me, it's a big difference. There's always gonna be a hater or someone to say, "Oh, I would have done that haircut a lot better." Well, open your own channel, do it yourself, and let me see what you have. And eventually you will see that it's not gonna be easy when someone else, even when you think that you are the best, always criticizing. So no matter what, you could be the best and the best of the business. There's always gonna be someone still that is gonna be throwing you dirt, and that is gonna hate. But I love the hate, because it shows me that I'm still Even though I'm not good for them, I'm still good in my book. You know why? Because the client is paying me. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what all the barbers from your shop say. Oh no, that haircut didn't come out that good. I don't care. Guess what? If the client is coming back and he's paying me, that's who I really have to care. And to me, look, that to me, I live it. I like it. I like what I do, and it shows. When you do it with love, respect, and you treat that client, and you do everything you do, it's gonna show. You do. Alright, thank you again. Hope you like it, enjoy this video. Sincerely, Jeffrey, the Master
Knowing
Barber.
the disappointment in them would kill me alone, only if I got caught. Speaking of catching, my line shaking. Gotta catch this next one. You talking verses? Well, I got the best ones. Better go and check them. And did I mention?